this
Just my head playing.
little girl who was really not a little girl, sleeping there so innocently. Oh, I didn't read this. Cicero's got some journals in here. What's this? Let's read Cicero's journal, shall we? Let's take a look at the psyche of this twisted jester. I present to you Cicero's journals. 18th of Evening Star, 4th era, 186th year. As I begin this new phase of my life, I have decided to finally keep a journal. So much has happened to me thus far, both within the Brotherhood and without. When I think there is no record of what has transpired, it almost seems an affront to Sisyphus himself. So I am determined to make amends. Yes, the Dark Brotherhood has its own scribes and chroniclers, but it is their solemn task to record those events deemed important to the organization as a whole. Let this volume serve as the personal record of one man, a lowly assassin who has pledged his blade and his life for the Dark Brotherhood. 23rd of Evening Star, 4th era, 186th year. I have arrived safely in the Hall Sanctuary and have been greeted warmly by Rasha and others. Indeed, the level of support and acceptance shown by my new family is rather overwhelming. For this sanctuary knows suffering, knows sorrow, for the ghosts of purification still haunt its halls. So who better to understand the plight of a brother who has lost home and heart? Who better to comfort one whose sanctuary is no more? The Bruma sanctuary may be gone, but my dearest brothers and sisters will live forever in my dreams, just as their souls live forever by the dread Father's side. First of Rain's Hand, 4th era, 187th year. Completed the Baroness contract. She died well, her handmaiden less so. 12th of Rain's Hand, 4th era, 187th year. Shenanal suits me. With the destruction of abandonment of the other sanctuaries, our contracts are plentiful, as are bonuses. Still, we seem to be losing our footholds throughout Tamriel at an alarming rate. There are rumors that the Black Hand is split on our continued direction. Some favor expansion, the others consolidation. My personal feeling is that the Dark Brotherhood needs to, at the very least, maintain the illusion of being everywhere at once. It has become exceedingly difficult to fulfill or even establish contracts in provinces where we no longer have a physical presence, like Hammerfall. The more we ignore Tamriel, the more people lose faith in the Dark Brotherhood, our power, our services, our dedication to the Void. 27th of Rain's Hand, 4th era, 187th year. The listener, Alicene Dupré, has been visiting with us for several days, down from her private residence in Broville. She and Rasha had been discussing the possibility of reopening the Shadowscale training facility of Archon in Black Marsh, but ultimately decided we lacked the resources to follow through with the plan. 27th of Rain's Hand, 4th era, 187th year. Completed the arena contract, I ultimately decided to pose as a starstruck fan and immediately got into the Grand Champion's good graces. While escorting the arrogant fool through the great forest, I slashed his throat and left the corpse for the bears. Tra-la-la. I am going to put that back. Volume 2. 7th of Sun's Height. I love the seasons. Rain's Fall, Sun's Height, or is it Rain's Hand? I already forgot. The seasons have an awesome name in this game. It's very poetic. 4th era, 188th year. So this is the following year. Way rest is lost. The city fell to coursers, and it's just a matter of time before... That's my dog. It's just a matter of time before the sanctuary is breached. May the Night Mother watch over her children in their hour of need. I wish I could move the camera and show you this, but she's moving too fast. My dog is jumping into the beanbag, running down the hall, and jumping into it and running down the hall. Like kind of a kid with a slip and slide almost. Okay, she's done. 5th of Last Seed, 4th era. Nope, not done yet. 188th year. I didn't take her to the dog park the last couple of days because it's been freaking cold. So cold that it's too cold for humans to be out there. I don't have 2 layers of fur on my butt.
Ran to the door.
Crumpet, okay? Come here, Crumpy. Come here. Come here. Oh, boy. Say hello to Well, this is the cute little ball of fur and energy. Mm, Mommy love the grumpy. Mommy love the grumpy. You should poo-poo. So this is how I talk to my dog, like an idiot. That's pretty much how I would talk to anybody's cute dog. Fifth of last seed, fourth era, 188th year. We received word today. The Wayward Sanctuary was raided and destroyed by the Corsairs. There were no survivors. There are now only 3 active Dark Brotherhood strongholds remaining. The Shadenhall Sanctuary here in the Imperial Province, a remote sanctuary located in a forest in Skyrim, and the Corinth Sanctuary of Elsewhere. I don't know if I said that right. The Black Hand has ordered the Corinth Sanctuary closed and its members integrated into our own ranks here in Shadenhall. I will embrace these new family members as warmly as I was when I first made my home here. 27th of Hearthfire, 4th era, 188th year. The situation in Bravel grows more dire. The city has erupted in violence due to a war of control being waged by Cyrodiil's 2 largest skooma traffickers. The listener, Alcine Dupré, has been forced to employ sellswords to protect her own residents. First of Sun's Dusk, 4th era, 188th year. Things in Breville have come to a head. The statue of the lucky old lady has been destroyed and Alcine Dupré has left her residence to guard the crypt of the Night Mother, hidden below the remains of the statue. If the crypt is discovered, Alcine Dupré will of course protect the remains of the unholy matron until her dying breath. Rosh is sending Garnag and Andronica to aid in the crypt's defense. I beg to accompany them, but Rasha wouldn't have it. He says my place is here, defending the sanctuary, and I must of course respect that decision. 12th of Sun's Dusk, 4th era, 188th year. Botched my contract and forfeited the bonus. The silk merchant was already cold, and I was halfway through the window when her daughter stepped into the room. I had little choice at that point. 21st of Sundusk, 4th era, 188th year. So much has happened since my last entry. After Garnag and Andronica left for Breville, we stopped receiving communications from the city. We feared the worst. This morning, those fears were confirmed when Garnag returned alone, transporting a most precious cargo, the great stone coffin of the Night Mother herself. The story Garnag told could curl the blood of even the most hardened of Sithis servants. The crypt of the Night Mother raided, dearest sister Andronica cut to pieces, and the listener herself, the most honored Alcine Dupré, burned alive in a storm of mage fire. Garnag, though gravely injured, he will most certainly lose his right eye, managed to fend off the attackers and transport the Night Mother's coffin safely out of the city. He has been on the road making his way back here since the tragic night. Number 3. 23rd of Sun's Dusk, 4th era, 188th year. Now that the things have settled down, the reality of our situation has finally come to bear. We are a dark brotherhood without a listener. With no listener, the black sacrament will go unheard. Surely the Night Mother will speak to someone soon, thus choosing a new listener to take Alcine Dupré's place. Until that happens, though, we must take to the streets. We must hear the pleas of the desperate and vengeful. The people of Tamriel must never know that their prayers to the Night Mother are going unheeded. 24th of Morningstar, 4th era, 189th year. So this is 2 years now since the first entry. It is a new year and 2 months since the Night Mother first arrived here at the Shadenhall Sanctuary, and still the unholy maiden has not seen fit to speak to any one of us. And so Rasha has decided to revive an ancient Dark Brotherhood tradition, the appointing of a keeper, a guardian whose sole duty is the safeguarding of the Night Mother's remains. The remaining members of the Black Hand will make their decision tomorrow. 25th of Morningstar, 4th era, 189th year. I have been chosen. By some incomprehensible twist of fate, the Black Hand has named me the Night Mother's keeper. In all honesty, I am both incredibly honored and deeply saddened. This means the end of my contracts. I'll be lucky to lift the blade again. Thankfully, Rasha has promised me one final contract before I accept my new duties. 30th of Morningstar, 4th era, 189th year. The jester lies dead. My final contract has been completed. Oh, how he laughed and laughed until he didn't. So he killed the jester. I wonder if that's where he got his outfit. 3rd of First Seed, 4th era, 189th year. I have settled well into my new role as keeper. It is my duty to not only keep the Night Mother's shrine clean and the candles lit, but to tend to the body as well. The Night Mother's crypt was a consecrated place, shroud-kissed, absent of sunlight, and safe from the world above. Removed from there, the remains are subject to the filth and corruption of the living. The body is perfectly preserved, so the concern is not physical, but rather spiritual. The remains must be sanctified regularly, so that they may continue to serve as a conduit for the Night Mother's soul. Our matron's eternal spirit may travel the void freely, but it is through her own earthly remains that she communicates with the listener. And so I wash the corpse weekly with the requisite oils, recite the ancient incantations, and personally see to the extermination of any insects or rodents. If the Night Mother does not speak, it will not be because she chooses not to. Not because, it will be because she chooses not to. Not because she's unable. This is my responsibility. This is my vow. 12th of mid-year, 4th era, 189th year. Months and months and months, and no listener. Why won't the Night Mother speak to me? I am worthy as keeper, but not as listener. I protect Our Lady, keep her sanctified, but still she will not grace me with her voice. 4th of sun's height, 4th era, 189th year. So long since I worked my blade, so long since I saved a soul, but I am now keeper, no longer a taker. I think back fondly on my hours with the jester, his laughter, his screams, his pitiful cries, and then as the end drew near, his laughter once more. Merry in death as well as life, I was honored to know him. I think this is the point where he snaps.
Crazy. Cicero.
Hold on one second. All right, so this is our final journal here. I promise. No more reading after this journal. I don't like to read books normally. I just like the jester's story. First of Hearthfire, 4th era, 189th year. Shedden Hall has erupted into violence and chaos, like so many other cities before it. The sanctuary has remained unbreached, but for how long? Our numbers are few, and with no speaker, the contracts have dwindled almost to nothingness. Rasha's hold on the sanctuary is slipping. 26th of Frostfall, 4th era, 189th year. Silence, deafening silence, in my head, in my head, in my head. It is the silence of death, the silence of the void, seeping into me, through the mother. The silence is hatred, the silence is rage, the silence is love. 4th of Evening Star, 4th era, 189th year. Today Rasha declared himself listener, claiming the Night Mother spoke to him at last. But when questioned, he could not name the binding words. Liar! Deceiver! His charade must not stand. 5th of Evening Star, 4th era, 189th year. So the next day. Rasha is dead. As commanded by the silence, so did I obey. I did not wield the knife, oh no, but dipped the honey softly sweet into Garnaga's eager ear. He is a good brother, a loyal brother. To both Cicero and our matron, he did the deed gladly. 10th of sun's dawn, 4th era, 190th year. Only 3 of us left, Cicero, Garnag, Pontius. So this is like 3 years after the first entry now. 15th of sun's dawn, 4th era, 190th year. The Night Mother remains silent. I remain unworthy. The sanctuary remains doomed. 3rd of first seed, 4th era, 190th year. I can hear it, deeper and deeper, louder and louder, punctuating the silence like thunder on a calm evening, laughter. 4th of first seed, 4th era, 190th year. Laughing, 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 laughing. It is the jester, a voice from the void to cheer poor Cicero. I accept your gift, dearest Night Mother. Thank you for my laughter. Thank you for my friend. 16th of Rain's Hand, 4th era, 191 year. So this is now, we're going on 4 years. Pontius is dead. A Dark Brotherhood assassin was killed by a common bandit while walking the streets of Shedden Hall. How can something so sad be so funny? Ha ha ha. 17th of Rain's Hand, 4th era, 191th year. I love the laughter, dearest Night Mother, but still I long to hear your voice. It is not too late. Speak to me, my mother. Speak to me that I may set things right. I can save the sanctuary. I can save the Brotherhood. You can have the laughter. Take it back and exchange then the laughter for your voice. 2nd of second seed, 4th era, 191th year. It's not safe to leave the sanctuary. We'll stay here. All is well. 29th of last seed, 4th era, 191st year. Garnag is gone, 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 gone. Left to get food, but he'll be back. It'll only be 3 months, 3 months, 3 months, 12 months, 4 months, 4 slots. 21st of sun's dusk, 4th era, 192nd year. So now we're going on 5 years here. Cicero is dead, Cicero is born. The laughter has filled me so very completely. I am the laughter, I am the jester, the soul that has served as my constant companion for so long, has breached the veil of the void, finally and forever. It is now in me, it is me. The world has seen the last of Cicero the man. Behold Cicero, fool of hearts, laughter incarnate. 28th of sun's dusk, 4th era, 200th year. Wow. That's a big jump in years. Hold on, let's go back here. That's an 8-year jump here. So we're looking on 8 plus 5, that's 13 years now. Found the old journal, decided to write a treatise on silence, sound, darkness, and light. How long has it been since the night mother first came here? How long since I was made keeper? How long since I became the fool? Since I have been alone? Since Shadon Hall fell? Since they started pounding on the door like so many hammered heartbeats? It's dark in here and quiet. For Cicero no longer hears the laughter, for he is the laughter. There is no listener in Shadon Hall, no listener in Cyrodiil, no listener in me. We must leave here before the sanctuary falls, before the night mother burns, before the dark brotherhood withers, before the laughter dies. 29th of sun's dusk, 4th era, 200th year. I took a stroll in spite of maid, but matron's duty stayed my blade. So busy now, I miss the thrill. If only I had time to kill. And that is the 4 journals of Cicero. Okay, my dog is on my desk. In my mousing area. There we go. As read by Lexi.